on 4 platforms right now. So, yep, this is Ona Ingo here on Friday night. I'm here in Oakland streaming to you live. I'm going to be streaming on Instagram, and I'm streaming on my Facebook page, my personal page, and also on YouTube, No Accordion's YouTube. So right now, I'm just going to first introduce you to my project. My project is called No Accordion, and our mission is to celebrate diversity by amplifying creative, marginalized voices to form a deeper understanding and connection that promotes equal opportunity for all, transforming fear, anxiety, anger, and hatred into love, compassion, creativity, and sensitivity. So that's the mission, that's the vision behind this project. And today I'm going to delve deeper into a collaboration with a song called Community. And the other thing I want to remind you is that I have a YouTube channel. No Accordion is the name of the YouTube channel, and I would please ask you to subscribe to that YouTube channel, because there you can see all my lives. I have all my music, like everything there is in one place. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yes, let me just play a little bit of this song first. Community, where we want to be. Creativity, key to set us free. Reality, we choose to believe. Opportunity, ready to receive.
Community, common unity, common needs understood fluently. The language at the root of we compassion, compassionate action, complacence, a race for new traction. Beyond news distractions, new ideas, new directions, new concepts through connected reflections, new ways to get needs met. Then it's well met, friend. Oh, how we extend.
So there we go. That is the kind of the first verse of this track called Community that I'm going to talk about today. And that's Taj Angelo, who's featured in that. First, I'm just going to start a little bit to explain what community means to me. And I have been a musician and an artist ever since I was a little girl. And so community a lot of the time does mean musical community. And so I know I've lived in little towns quite often, and I know all the local musicians, and we play. But it wasn't until that I came to the Bay Area that I really felt like a real opening of how much community there was. So actually, I mean, I knew about this community through the music festival and the transformational festival circuits, that I had a lot of beautiful community artistic souls and creative souls that I was touching base with. But that was only like once or twice a year for some big festival. And all of a sudden I'm living in the Bay Area and I'm coming into contact with so many, some people that I've known for 10 years that I was on the festival circuit with. And then other people that I'm just meeting at all these amazing parties, and there's just so much opportunity to play out as an artist. So my community of what used to be just musicians, I felt like grew out into also electronic music producers and all these other artistic forms, dancers, anybody that produced events. The other part of the community that really expanded for me once I got here was the queer community. I've lived in tiny little towns in Europe and other places where they don't even talk about queer people. So that was a beautiful thing, is the overlap between the queer community and the creative musician artist community. So, and these festivals, yes, they were another place where I met a lot of amazing creators. I mean, I've played at a lot of these festivals and I've helped produce, been behind the scenes, did the sound engineering, helped build things. I've also done a fair amount of like stage managing. So, and then performing, and we're a culture. It's a wonderful way to build more and more people around you that are creative and fun. And some of the things I remember the most about when I think of community in these last 10 years is this idea of the jam session too. I've been part of so many amazing jam sessions over the years, and I feel so grateful. And so one thing I want to talk about is this beautiful soul that I got to work with on this track called Community. And this man his name is Taj Angelo. Some of you probably know him. And I'd seen him, so I came to the Bay in 2010, moved to Oakland in 2011, and started, going out, playing out a lot, quite just checking out the scene. There's so much going on here. I was having a lot of fun. And there was a friend of mine, Mama Crow, that was an amazing musician, and she had this beautiful man backing her on vocals. And I just remember hearing the sweetest, most gorgeous harmonies coming from this beautiful soul. And I was just struck by the beauty of it. And it took probably about a half a year before I finally had a chance to kind of meet him in person. And we spoke and we had an instant connection. And I was working on my second album, and I asked him if he would do some backing vocals for one of the tracks. And he said yes. And then it came to the third album, this is called Community, and I asked him to do some more work on tracks with me, and he said yes, and he came up and he did this track with me. One thing I'd like to do is share with you a little bit, some footage of things that I've done with him over the years, so you get a little chance to get to know who this man is. So give me a moment, because I'm going over my screen, and I'm gonna get up a YouTube that I like. And then I'm going to switch it over to that, because I have all this crazy systems to use now. Okay, let me see. I got to make sure my fader's up. Okay, just a sec. Yeah, it's going to take me a moment. People, please have patience with me, because I got to stop some crazy stuff going on here. And probably should do this a different way, but right now, I'm learning. Let's see if there's anything playing in the back there. No, I think this is going to work now. So give me a moment. I'm getting Taj up here. He's going to be performing for a sec on a video that he did with Louis Locke. If you remember Louis Locke. But here we go.
One life, one spirit, one earth, one family shares, one love universe, one powerful prayer, one
Let's
pleasure,
see
one
Instagram if
peace,
you can
one
come
open heart, unconditionally, one moment. Awake, spell awake, as long as it takes to make our souls fly free. We play well, we share fair nature, is key. Awaken to be or not to, kid, we got to see the block through. Can't nobody stop truth. We read it in the sun, moon, symbiotic like pool. It's the light crew, come and shine at night. We got light do, odds do, burn about like stars do. Part 2 the sequel, the return of the rainbow, spread the love people. Harmony astonishing, playing of harmonies, partying for all the things we can't change. Coming and flowing without hardening, sober, avoiding, embracing acceptance, and signaling the start of things. Bend with the moon as we're feeling the gravity. Be grateful that we're alive to see it happen.
Cool. So yeah, I wanted to just give you a little flavor of Taj. I'm playing around with these, I got Instagram on one of these, and I'm live streaming and all this stuff. So yeah, Taj is a really amazing human, and he just is when he channels his songs, they come just straight out of him, as you can see in that video. And I just got really lucky to be able to work with him. So let's just go back to, let's see about here, and let's listen to a little more of the track.
New ideas, new directions, new concepts through connected reflections, new ways to get needs met, then it's well met, friend. Oh, how we extend.
So yeah, that's definitely another part of this track, is just feeling gratitude feeling gratitude for what's going on, and that basically just staying in this place of gratitude and not feeling so alone anymore. It's that I'm part of a larger whole, and you can't be too weird here. It's a very supportive place as far as being a creative person as well. It's a different vibe than, let's say, in LA, which feels more like competitive. This is support. This is something that we're not necessarily, I may not even like everybody's music, or people may not, particularly like what I do, but I just support the creative process. And I'm also always want to go and at least see an artist once live. I mean, that's how I mainly pick the people that I collaborate with, is I actually visit them and see what they do live and just love what they do. So I'm going to fade out here, and I'm going to bring in just another clip of Taj, Sweet Taj, to introduce you a little bit more to this, I think, of very talented artist. So give me a moment here. Bear with me. I don't think I'll be using the YouTube to do this again. So this is pretty special to me. Let me get you over to the... Oh, I'm back on Instagram. Sorry, Instagram's going to be pretty weird because you're vertical and you're not going through my AV mixer, and I just don't know exactly, I'm going to move around and I'm switching to another screen that doesn't go to Instagram. So sorry, Instagram. Oh, so I'm going to switch you over to this, except for Instagram, but I'll try to take Instagram over, and you can kind of see it on the screen there. So this is a super special one to me because this was my first LP release party, or EP release party, that I got to do in the Bay Area. It was at Cloud 9, a very, very special warehouse that I was part of for years. And so many amazing shows came down. We had just a stellar lineup for this show. And I just wanted to share a little piece of Taj's performance.
Life's too short to let the past and future enter in and rule your kingdom. When you find your mind is wandered to this place, don't stay behind.
Medicine, messenger, essence, where all of the falling, the floating, hope is open, going and soaking rainbows, growing, overflowing with pictures, deliver, silver, sliver, gifter, center, entertainer, tenure to tender, when, winter, winter, kinship, kinder, remember.
Ready, sing a song.
Blossom is awesome, everyone of us knows what it is called just to be here. Flowing for the gold, and every one of us got the glow. Every single one of us knows exactly where these are the days of our lives where we find and write with our pen. Speak the words that we got to say. Setting them out for all women.
Okay, yeah, so there we go. That was yet another little spot of good old Taj doing some freestyling. Give me a moment. You rock, Taj. I just love what you do. So, that's just a little more about good old Taj. Now, I wanted to go through this and also take you through the DAW and talk to you a bit about, different parts in the song. Unfortunately, this was made in 2014 when I was using Logic, And I no longer use Logic. Like, for instance, in 2015, I now use Ableton Live. So I haven't upgraded to the newest Logic, and I couldn't open the actual files that I had composed them on. But in the future, I will be working on other songs that I've done in Ableton. I'll show you the DAW, we'll open it up. I'll take apart, certain parts of the track and show you how I built it. Maybe talk to you about some of the effects I put on it, or, some of my mixing techniques. Just want to know if anybody has any questions. You can definitely put questions in the chats, and if I don't get to them during the live stream, I'm a good communicator. As long as you reach out to me, I'll respond in a timely manner. So I'm going to play a bit more of Community.
Then it's remembering bliss.
I give him thanks. I give him thanks.
Walking through the city and I'm beating my feet. Grass blades poke up through the concrete. Start to think perhaps everything is complete. Start to see me and all the people I meet. Start to understand that with or without plans or things will turn out in the end how they can. And if then this is true, there's nothing left to do but get connected to you and yours. Adapt, choosing course. Do your best to return to the source of all life, a bright, wild, unpredictable force. You don't need to keep thinking it's ours. Let your past wounds heal as I was real and we keep opening doors. Never know which way it's gonna turn. Through the shared experience, continue to learn. Sun will still burn within, without. No doubt we yearn for this, our global family's return.
Wow, that was a lot. I mean, he had a lot to say there. He's an amazing wordsmith. I think one of the things that I do is I bring on especially songwriters and lyricists to fill out. I feel that when I write lyrics, they're quite simple messages, like, the community, those very simple messages this was also inspired by permaculture and permaculture principles. Think globally, but act locally. Let's support ourselves and let's support small businesses. In fact, I've got this from this really cool store called Queen Hippie Gypsy in Oakland, downtown Oakland. And then I got this. This is just such a cool top. I got this. It says Run the World. I got that at Oakland First Fridays. So yeah, just super cool ways that we can stay in community and we can support each other. Let's just play a little bit more of the song. That's a vocoder, a really cool way you can affect your voice and run it through, and it plays the note that you're playing on the keys. Yeah, we got definitely some organ. I have a Nord stage piano here that just has some beautiful Hammond B3 organs going on there. And then most of those beats are from samples that I have put together and edited together. Sometimes I tend to add one or two live percussion samples as well as the things that I have from music libraries. And yes, the vocoder is on its way out. We're all in this together. I think we're realizing that more than ever, that we are all in this together, and we're going to have to figure out how we're going to work with this. So I would say that is basically the story of this track, Community. I would love for you to go to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, check out the track Community there. And also you should, Google Taj. Look, there's a few tracks that I've also worked with him besides that one that you just heard. So if you liked Taj, you can also go to No Accordion's website and find a couple of tracks that feature Taj. And please, check out my music. And come back next week for the next Friday Night Live, where I'll be talking about another song that I've worked on. And in the next, after a few weeks, I'm also going to start, bringing some guests on, people that I've worked with, and have a little live discussion with them. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go out with a bit of my community song and say goodnight to you all, or say good evening.
Compassionate action, complacence, a race for new traction. Beyond news distractions, new ideas, new directions, new concepts through connected reflections, new ways to get needs met. Then it's well met, friend. Oh, how we extend